Well, it's about 9 p.m. the same first day, and it was a very nice day. Nice to swim for an hour out there. Hike around just to get there, maybe 15, 20 minutes. It was very nice. And hey, let's go get something to eat in Johnson City, going to the Pecan Street Brewing, huh? I was there last year, very good stuff. I had a quick sandwich, and the reason for the quick sandwich instead of a longer lunch is on the way from Pedernales Falls to Johnson City, I hit a deer. I swear to God. It could have been worse. The windshield is still here. The airbags didn't deploy, but that thing is on. But you know what? Let's yonder out the car and right. This door doesn't work anymore. That one does. You know what? We'll take a look outside. But since the door doesn't work, So I hit deer. Maybe there were 3 or 4. I didn't hit all 3 or 4. I may have hit a small one, a deerlet. Who knows? A little fawn. Who knows? Or the leg of a big one. But stuff went flying. There's blood all over the car. But it didn't spin me. It didn't kill me. Sometimes I might wish for that, but it was a kind of stunning thing. I kind of hit there's nothing. I think I hit my knee a little bit here, but that's about it. And it's recording, all right. Is it recording me? Who knows? Who cares? It's the voice. Yeah, all right. And I'm already halfway to Johnson City. The car's still running. I hit it at 60 miles. I was going the speed limit, right? And I'm like, well, might as well get something to eat. I parked there. The thing was dripping. It was a little bit sticky, but we'll see outside the car. It's just a mess. I mean, I ate a sandwich quickly, a BLT with turkey. Kind of expensive, but that's fine. It was very good. I hate it. And it's like, oh, I'm going to spend a nice weekend out here. I kind of need, I kind of need to relax, I kind of need to just let go, and maybe that's part of the process here, But yeah, I mean, there were 2 women who kind of gathered the front bumper of the car, which was hit by a rock a while back, by the way. But that fell off completely, or a bunch of other stuff might have fallen off. I don't know. And, yeah, so I just had some lunch. The lights didn't turn off with the key, even the key out, so the lights are sort of dimmed. The back brake lights are on, so even if I leave this on, I don't know how it's going to survive. I'm glad I made it back. In the parking lot, there was a nice guy. He kind of saw that I had some problems, and I checked the tires. On the front right tire, front left tire, driver's side tire, there was a bit of a scraping with the tire. It still works, and I drove on it all the way 5 miles to Johnson City from Midway there. But he had some tool to, because this is out in the country, had some tool to just get whatever side is sticking out, whatever plastic, whatever the hell it is, it's just sticking out. He got that to not rub against yeah. I left the front bumper, 2 lights, and some other assortments of things I ripped out because they weren't working. And at the Pecan Street Brewing, there's a little ditch there. Sorry about that, folks, but Anyway, so there's I'm just gonna ramble. First of all, it's interesting, the anxiety stuff. Yeah, I talk about suicide a little bit. I talk about the depression, anxiety, and all that. And it's sort of there, but I'm kind of in, what can I do at this point? I have the Good Sam stuff. I have insurance. The park host is there. Oh, by the way, I was going to call Good Sam, my car insurance, and just see if they can send out a loaner car or what the fuck. And, of course, because I'm in the middle of nowhere, because I wanted to go camping. And, guess what the phone says here? It says no service, because I'm in the middle of nowhere. So that solves that problem, that fork in the road. is we're not going to be calling anybody tonight because there's no one to call from. The park headquarters is 2 miles down the road. Park host is a couple doors down, so that's not an issue. But the anxiety, I often have this existential sort of anxiety, not like, oh, the world's going to end in 10 billion years, so what's the point? It's more, the loneliness, I don't want to rehash, I don't think I've rehashed it enough. That's been the problem, but there's a very deep sort of anxiety with that. Or what am I going to do? And I got to do it now. And it's a wiry sort of anxious, we got to do it. It's very rare that I have the kind of anxiety and depression where I can't get out of bed. There's a couple times where it's been like that for a couple hours, where it's just like catatonically staring at the wall. But mostly it's this anxious, we got to figure it out, we got to figure this out. What am I going to do today? Well, I can't do anything to it's too. But right now it's a little less on the, and the suicide stuff. I got to talk about that more. And it was so interesting because today I went to the pool right before I drove out here. I woke up early enough for that, and I was like, I could finally start talking about stuff. Maybe not just my own nonsense and stuff, but the books I've read, stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. But the anxiety with this is it's not this, it's like, it's just a problem to be solved. I'm almost not even anxious about it, It sucks to be stranded out here in the middle of nowhere. Well, there's some people, there's some cell service at some point, but this car, it was leaking pretty heavily, and we'll go out and see how much it's leaking now. But even if it doesn't leak, can I get back to Houston with this? Like, I could just wrap everything up now and say, fuck it, let's go. But do I want to go on 3-hour highway trip in the middle of the night? No. Yeah, and let's tie it back to the low. Let's end on a downer. Let's continue with a downer. So it sucks because I've just kind of cocooned myself and isolated myself from the rest of the world for years. I've been a little different. I can't do the 9-to-5 stuff. If this makes it up and I make it back to Houston in one piece, and these go up, you'll know about the planes and the trains and how I'm just a special fucking snowflake. And, it's sort of true. That is an issue. It's been very difficult to find like-minded people. And it's arrogant, it's narcissistic, oh, these garbage people over there. And I don't even want to say that. It's on an angry day, it's zombie world. Everyone's a fucking idiot, and I hate them all, and they're human garbage. And, on the not so nice or not so terrible days, it's the Chinamen. It's like the Chinamen on the other side of the world, they're doing their things, whatever. I just want to find my own people, that sort of thing. And speaking of the Chinamen, there was a good Samaritan who helped me, as I said, kind of lift. I drove 5 miles on it, but I could hear it, and I got out, put the hazard lights on. And he jumped out of the car, helped me. His wife was like, oh, what's up, and I saw him wearing a t-shirt with some church thing on it, And I've never been, hostilely against religion, and this is not going to get me back to Jesus either, okay? But I do like that niceness that some of the people have, some of the Christians, or whatever you want to say it. Or just not even Christians, but in this case, obviously the guy was, but that sort of general niceness that people do pull together sometimes, that people do help and whatever. But it's like, we just can't be friends, right? I just wish I did find my people that I could, I don't know, kind of be at ease with. Sort of have that, okay, this feels nice. Like, it felt nice just as a physical thing to be out here swimming, just calm. Even now talking about this, it's kind of nice, but because for all these years with the suicidal stuff, the parent stuff, Just I've been this kind of isolated, alone sort of entity, passively wanting to find like-minded people. Ooh, with the Molyneux show, he talks about family stuff. Ooh, and then, there isn't even a forum anymore there. Where do you find like-minded people? Hey, everybody. I've been gainfully unemployed for a few years. I have no purpose in my life. I mean, I sort of, and come join me in my misery. I think that there's a video in the Huntsville videos after the fan fiasco, right? And that's the fan, I was a lot more upset about the goddamn fucking fan and the anxiety around that than this for some reason. It's very interesting. This gives me a pretty straightforward thing. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not as upset about this. Maybe it's the kind of peace that washed over me today already. It was nice to swim in the pool. It was nice to swim out here. 11 minutes. That's a lot of rambling fitting in here. I don't even know if I can be seen here. Doesn't matter. If you can hear it, that's fine. It's like, what do I do? It's like, hi, I'm out there. Come join me in my misery. What is it that I even want? Like-minded people. Well, that's for future videos and stuff, but to unpack that. But yeah, I just... going back to the religion thing, that was the first red pill of sorts. I was, 16, 17? It's like, this isn't true. And people cling on to it, and I was never particularly militant about it, because I could see that people just weren't interested, And then that's, by itself, I'm rambling too much. But it was hard to find people who were like, oh no, you get this. Okay, we get the lack of religion stuff. And there's been no one there to, part of it was also when I first started reading the atheist stuff, there was no one there. I can't talk to my parents about anything. They weren't particularly religious, but they weren't going to talk to me about that stuff. I went to a Catholic school, and whether you go there or not, no one's going to be talking about this stuff. I don't think the AC works anymore. I hope that's the stuff that leaked out. Yeah, it's really hot. No. It's a little cooler. Maybe there's a little bit of whatever it is left in there. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I guess the windows work. I'll consult with Good Sam. I bought the roadside assistance thing last year, and I'll consult with the insurance company. Maybe they have something. I don't know. Get me a loaner car here, and then I can't get I don't know. The anxiety with that of what happens next. It's not that bad, because right now I can't even do anything. I can go take a bath, maybe take a shower. That's it. I can take a shower. And maybe that's what I'll do. And that's good to have these no choices sometimes. It's like, yep. Anyways, where were we? It's just... and the ramblingness of it is also... It's the what's the point of rambling here, What's the point of trying to put this stuff out there? And I don't feel it that bad today. Even now with this car accident of sorts. Oh, and on my way out of Johnson City, it's kind of hard to get out there because it's not very well lit. A cop pulls me over because, half the front of the car is missing. And it's like, hey, we're wasting precious time here, But he let me go, obviously, so. But the thing is, I turn the car off now, and I think back at the eatery, the Pecan Street Brewing. Yeah, the lights didn't turn off. The rear brake lights didn't turn off. The front, very dim yellow lights or whatever, didn't turn off. So even if this car is operable tomorrow, either the fluids will drain out or the lights will definitely drain everything out of the battery, or if the battery, because the battery often gets fucked with accidents like this. It just gets a jolt, or I don't know, I can see the battery, and we'll see it when I get out on the other door, because this one, of course, anyways. So it's just been this passivity of, I'll just try to find like-minded people and stuff, but okay, that hasn't worked. So where do I go? I want people who kind of get the parent stuff. And I don't know. And I did well in business. It's like, is there anything worth doing? It's kind of like, it feels, I got successful relatively early. And boy, even when the website went down there, the Antcon Arcade, I was like out of my mind with anxiety and all that. And now and today it's even with this, it's like whatever. I'm not, it doesn't feel good. And I'm sure we can figure out how to get a car to me. I'm sure there's some people here, there's some people in the park. I'm sure we can it's an adventure. Hooray! But it's always felt like I've had to hide myself. And maybe part of it's my paranoia, part of it's my or part of it is just my personality, but yeah, what am I supposed to say? Oh yeah, especially now, again, just to go back before all these other tangents. Yeah, I've been gainfully unemployed for years. I'd like to do something, but everything seems kind of... Thankfully, I don't have to work. I've saved enough money to where that's not a pressing, massive issue at the moment, but... And it's not even it's the where are the people I want to be around. Is it I'm unsatiable? Is it, and I'm looking for supermen? I'm looking for, I don't know. Is there anything, running. I run a mile under 6 minutes. Not going to get me to the Olympics, but and it's not those physical things. It's nice to be a little bit more physically active, right? God. Where do you even look, It's just, I want to dump all this out there and see, like, okay, I get that this is kind of dumping on people, but, like, is there anything we can work with here, Because, yeah, the parent stuff you bring up to people, but yeah, I don't see my parents. I think they're abusive. They didn't rape me. They didn't sexually abuse me. There's very little physical stuff, but like, I can't deal with the military school incident. They threatened to abandon me. And you can't have a good, honest understanding of it. That this hurt. Like, you people are just really hurting me. And it's just, there's no understanding there. Again, that's the zombie world or whatever, the people going through life with that kind of Stockholm syndrome, I think. And maybe that helps most people, I guess. Same thing with religion. I just can't, but I can do those things, it's just... whatever people think they find meaning in, or whatever, contentment or whatever. 19 minutes. That's not for me. I can't do any of that. And is there anything, that's been the question with this. And I actually had that question when I was swimming this morning back in Houston. Is... yeah, religion, these things, yeah, the Mormons, they're like, oh, well, God tells us to go here, or prophet. It's a big fucking con, right? Let's be honest about it. But It's like, yeah, that kind of motivated people to get the fuck out of there. And I'm sure they had worse than running into a deer, you know. People died of dysentery and cholera, right? You know, people kept putting one foot in front of the other. You know, and I think once you peel back behind the curtain, it's like, oh, fuck it, who cares? None of this is worth it, you know? And yet and it's interesting because, again, it's not good to be hit by a deer. It's really not. It's really not to be. But today I would still say I'm right now, at least I'm a contented individual, perhaps, you know? That this isn't so terrible. This is less worse than the fucking fan. Either fan incident, okay? Either fan incident. That's how many videos I still haven't uploaded yet. Fuck me. You know. But yeah, the question is, you know, without religion, without these kind of things, without some sort of, I guess, from my perspective, I think the correct perspective, a kind of falsehood, a noble lie of sorts. You know, can you cobble any meaning out of anything? Is there anything worth living for? You know? And again, I think, again, that's putting the cart before the horse. It'd be nice to find... Oh, the windows work. It'd be nice to find sort of like-minded people who can mope around and be miserable together. You know. But that's it. I mean, tonight it's going to be... There's no service here, so I don't know what the fuck to do. You know, I can't even make a phone call. Which sort of makes things very easy, I suppose. Oh, it's so funny. In the middle of nowhere with no reception. And I don't have a smartphone or anything. It's not even that. It's just... Oh, wow. I think the headquarters might have something better. Man, no service. None whatsoever. The campsite has some electricity, and that worked. In fact, I brought an extension cord that just reaches inside the tent. I could have brought the tent a little closer, but it's just perfect for that. So, anyways, at least there's that for now. And 23 minutes, well... Yeah, it's that sort of initial business success, because we're now talking about that. It was like a manic high, you know. It was like, oh, this is great, tons of money coming in, tons of money going in, out, whatever. And I knew that would never be sustainable. I knew that was, but it's a good start. It's good to be, you know, successful at that. It's good to say, all right, fine, I did something worth doing. I did something that was kind of fun, that showed that I'm not just all talk, right? But then what, right? You know, is there anything I can find in the world that can bring me contentedness? Because with the business stuff, I was like, let's get it bigger, let's do this, and at what point is it like, what's enough? You know? And again, let's find like-minded people. But then it's like, like-minded people, yeah, that's tough. You know, it's tough. Anyways, it's about 9:30. I don't know what quiet hours are, 10. So let's go take a look at the. You know what? Let's now we got 3 minutes on this. Yeah, let's try to make it out of here and brakes on you, and then we can. Oh, for fuck's sake, yeah. Yeah. Alright. I don't know how much of it we can see with the lights on and everything, but yeah, we can see. Yeah, that's well, thankfully it's not dripping very much. There's a couple stains there, but most of the dripping seems to hopefully have gone away. And that's the battery. It doesn't look totally banged up, but is that leaking on the... No, there's some fluids everywhere. This was the tire. You know, I got new back tires just before I came because the tires were just so awful, but yeah, that's what the guy kind of propped up, so it wouldn't be rubbing too much against the tires anymore. And yeah, so I think the main problem is that if I turn the car off, well, I'm going to turn it off anyways because I'm going to run out of gas then. But no matter what, you know, the car is going to run out of, I think, is that the deer's hair? Look at that. That is deer hair. Oh, fuck me. Yeah. So anyways, I think this is going to be shutting off pretty soon. Oh, look at that. That is fur. And I think there's some blood here, yeah. Ketchup looking blood. More fur and more guts and shit. That's surprising it didn't screw up the tires any more than it has, but... So, I think the battery of this car is going to be drained anyways, regardless of anything, so... Yeah, I think that's it, so... I'll probably do one more in the tent or something like that. Hopefully we can... yeah, we can... Yeah. Take a shower and that's all I can do. So, yeah, the lights, there's, well, yeah, there were 4 lights, there is now 1. So, yeah, even these lights are on continually. Well, yeah, those are going to be on. Yeah. I think I may have hit 2. Right here, a little bit. And then right over here. Yeah, well, there's not as much crap here, but who knows what this is. And then I probably will have to buy a new car. I mean, I don't know if this is worth fixing. It's just totaled. But we'll sort that out in due time, so. Yeah. So. Look, there's pieces of light here. But hey, look, we made it back with no service, and yeah, that's it. So we had a deer, everybody, and we're gonna be here for a while.